Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Helldivers 2 video. Today we have some pretty big Terminid news. But first let's start off with the last major order that was just completed, which was to do with the bots. The Helldivers successfully wiped out the remaining pocket of Automaton resistance in their cutoff territory, while simultaneously holding the line against the Terminid spread. The territory occupied by the Automatons has been reduced by half in a matter of weeks. The gloom continues to spread, suffusing intergalactic space with an impenetrable cloud of Terminid spores. The spores seem to accelerate the spread of Terminids to planets in its vicinity. If not for the intrepid efforts of the Helldivers, many more of our planets would already be overrun by tyranny. So yes, we were successful in our last major order, which was a pretty big one if I'm honest. And if you look at the galactic map right now, my god, the bots are just nowhere to be seen. I'm so used to seeing a big portion of them across the map, and now it's like a slither of what they used to be. They are quite close to Super Earth, and that's because there was a bit of a thing going around recently that because of the recent balance patching and way Arrowhead are handling certain patches and weapons and everything like that, people were protesting, quote unquote, by letting the bots get close to Super Earth. It was quite a funny protest. Is it an overreaction? Yeah, a little bit, but it was quite funny. But as you can see, the bots just don't own a whole lot of territory anymore, and that's thanks to the last major order and the efforts we've been going through. The bugs, however, that's a completely different story. And I think over the course of this escalation of freedom sort of season that we've got going on, the bugs are going to be a huge threat. We've already seen that they've got a majority of the new enemy types so far. There's probably more coming down the line for the bugs. And now we've got this gloom cloud, which is intergalactic Terminid spores that are just infecting planets, making it worse, mutating Terminids, this kind of thing. So our new major order is this. The massive interstellar spore cloud known as the gloom now occupies massive swaths of Terminid space. All vessels sent into the gloom, both manned and unmanned, have ceased radio contact within minutes. None have returned. We have only one remaining recourse. The Helldivers must procure samples of Terminid organic matter from the planets closest to the gloom. Now currently, I'm not sure if it's bugged or if we somehow already completed this. I'm not sure what's going on, but when you actually come out of that briefing, you see the major order and it just says you're awaiting new orders. So I'm not sure if we've, one, already completed it, or if two, it's bugged. I guess we'll find out soon enough. There'll probably be a patch if it is bugged pretty soon. But yes, the gloom is the big enemy at the moment. Bug front is the main front for this war so far, and it's quite ominous seeing it on the map. Especially when you get up and close to it, when you're looking at planets in sectors and stuff, it looks very ominous. Very interested to see what actually comes out of this thing. I'm still holding fast to the Hive Lord theory that the little Terminid babies that we're carrying around on our backs now as a side objective, those will become Hive Lord enemy types later down the line, either through us experimenting or just some major breakout of some kind. I think these will be new enemy types in the near future at some point. But yes, the Terminids are the big threat. So what do? Well, we keep fighting the bugs, because the bots, as close as they are to Super Earth in theory, I don't think we're going to see a whole lot from the bots anytime soon. I think given how much territory the Terminids own, that should be the main concentration here, especially with the gloom. That could rapidly increase their progress towards Super Earth. Honestly, all we have to do to keep the bots back from Super Earth is take one sector. So I'm sure people will be fighting the bots whilst a majority of the people will be fighting the bugs as well. So I don't think we have anything to worry about here. And honestly, who doesn't love fighting bugs? I'm sure that's a lot of people's favorites. The Terminids have always been popular, especially the major orders. They're usually the ones that get done first when they're focused on the Terminids. So yes, Helldivers is still going strong. I know there's been some drama recently with the patches, the weapon balancing. It's happened again. The devs have spoken about it. They are working on it. Very openly communicated to us that things need to be shaken up at Arrowhead in terms of how they develop the game, how they communicate with their own teams, how they manage everything. There's going to be a bit of a rework in Arrowhead. They obviously want the best for us, and that's been the goal since day one. It's very obvious that, you know, the Helldivers 2 devs at Arrowhead are not the bad guys here. You know, they're not some big corp gaming studio that just wants to break the game and then it becomes unpopular. I don't think that's the case. Like we've already said, this popularity, this surge of popularity for Helldivers 2 was unprecedented for Arrowhead. There was a lot of lessons learned, and they're still learning, so we just got to be patient with them. Very keen to see what Arrowhead are going to do next for Helldivers 2, and I'm sure the weapons will be back to balanced very soon, and we'll have lots of fun with them. The game's still quite healthy on Steam charts right now. The game is at 34,000, nearly 35,000 players. That's not counting what's on PlayStation as well. So the game is very healthy still. I don't think Helldivers is going to die anytime soon. This game is going to last years. I mean, if you look on the Galactic War map, it says 58,000 Helldivers active. So that's a pretty big player base for a game like this. Obviously, it was way higher when the game came out, but that, you know, we can never base it on release numbers. That's just, it's always going to dip. I think a lot of people are still enjoying Helldivers 2. Let me know in the comments down below if you're still enjoying the game despite some recent dramas with weapon balancing and such. Let me know what you think of the new major order. Is it bugged? Is it not bugged? Do you think we'll be able to complete it if we haven't already? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Helldivers 2 content. Become a member today if you want to support me in another way. You'll get early access videos and live streams. And thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!